Stampers, Kim from stampingandperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I have gone on a kick with the new fall stamp sets that Stampin' Up! Has come out with, and I am absolutely in love with their new designer series paper and the little goodies they have to go with it, the wood essentials embellishments, the gold buttons, and of course we have good stuff from last year, and then the designer series paper Color Me Autumn, and there's washi tape that goes with that. And then of course there's this fabulous For All Things stamp set. I just can't, like you can see, I've already made 4 cards. I still have 2 more sitting in front of me cut out just to try different things, so I thought I'd share one of those with you. So again, I'm starting with Cajun Craze, cut 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. I'm going to put that aside. I have crushed curry cut at 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to be my mat, and I'm going to build my card first on this. And I'm going to start with a piece of this Color Me Autumn designer series paper. That's the back, and this is cut about 1 1/2 by 4. So I'm just going to kind of put that across here, and I've cut a piece of the burlap ribbon about 4 inches, and I've frayed the edges. I just cut along the seam, pulled the seam off, and frayed the edges. And you know what? I'm going to add glue dots so that that doesn't squish through. So I'll put this on with a couple of glue dots. You could use, you know, whatever your favorite adhesive is for this, but I usually add my different ribbons with glue dots. So I've got the frayed edges. I really love that look. Already it feels like an autumn color card. I have a piece of, this is the Naturals Ivy paper. I cut this 3 by 3, and I'm going to use the big maple leaf image, and I'm going to stamp it in crushed curry. Then I'm going to clean it off on my Stampin' Scrub, and I'm going to stamp it again in the Cajun Craze. So I've got it stamped twice, and I am overlapping a little bit here. And for my sentiment this time, instead of using one of the sentiments from the For All Things, which are fabulous, there are 3 sentiments that come with it. You get Hello Fall, Grateful for You, and Give Thanks for All Things. So those are all really fabulous. I'm going to use the Good Greetings stamp set. This is a hostess set that you can get this month for free with an order or a party of $300 or more. And I want to use the Give Thanks. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to stamp this in the Mossy Meadow. It's one of the other colors in this stamp set. And I'm going to stamp this up here. Yeah, I'm going to stamp it up here. Give Thanks. I love when they come out with sentiments that are in the script. I have a piece of Cajun Craze cut 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Just like that. Now I'm going to take my, oops, sorry about that. Now I'm going to take my linen thread. I'm going to wrap it around 2 or 3 times, and I'm going to actually attach one of these new gold, these are gold basic metal buttons, and they're new in the holiday catalog and perfect for our holiday crafting because the color goes so well. Okay, I'm going to cut a bunch off, and hopefully I left enough to do a bow there. And I like to cover up where my leaves meet. So I'll just tie a little knot around there. And then I'm just going to thread this linen thread through my button and tie a bow. I'm going to add this with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll put a Stampin' Dimensional in each corner, and I add this here in the center. Now, one of the things I really like about using the dimensionals, I can now go ahead and, you know, play around with this linen thread and spread it out and move it around. And when I get it just the way I like it, I'm going to take my paper piercer and I'm going to add a glue dot or two to hold this button in place exactly where I want to hold it, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to glue this onto my card base, and I feel like it needs a little something in the corner. Maybe I could have put my sentiment down there instead of on my Naturals Ivy. So you might want to consider that, especially if you want to use a larger sentiment. Like the bottom would be perfect place. You could center it or put it off to the side. But instead what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to add some glue dots. Or not glue dots, I'm sorry. I'm going to add some candy dots. And since one of the colors in that paper is soft suede, that's the color of glue dot I will add. So I will put a couple of glue dots. I keep calling them glue dots. I mean candy dots. So I'm just going to put 3 candy dots along the bottom, just like that. And if you notice how I got that kind of crooked, I can straighten it out. And then when I get them exactly where I want them, then I give them a good push down and they stay in place. So that completes another card from the For All Things stamp set and the Color Me Autumn Designer Series paper. So there you go. Check out my blog at stampingimperfection.com for some of the other card dimensions and instructions. Sign up for my mailing list to get some exclusive ideas in your email. And also, if you like my style of card making, you might enjoy a subscription to my Simply Cards class. You get 2 emails every month with 2 different cards in each email. And it's $4.95 for 4 card ideas, complete with measurements and instructions and tips and tricks to actually change it up and use the materials that you have in your Stampin' Stash. So there you go. Thanks very much for watching. Stop by stampingimperfection.com.